Okay, y'all, welcome back to the channel. Um, Unfortunately, my wife did say that I'm not camera ready. And then I had to explain to her that people are not tuning in to see me. I'm not Ryan Weiss. So, anyway, today we're going to test out some microfiber detergents. Um, I'm going to have two identical microfibers. I'm going to get them very dirty, far dirtier than you ever would. And then we're going to put them head to head in a wash, with the pre-soak. So we're going to use Rags to Riches on one microfiber and Detail Co. microfiber wash Rennaisance on the other one. So here's how we're going to do the test. We're going to try to set it up fairly. So let me take you over here and let you see what we got. All right, so here are my microfibers, along with some things that we're going to use to test with. And let me get another thing here to use. Now, the thing about these microfiber detergents is they say that they're going to clean, remove sealants, etc., which is a challenge for, any detergent. So here are the microfibers. You can see this is really going to pain me because they are some of my favorite coating removal towels from the House of Rags. But some people throw them away after first use, so I don't feel horrible about it. And they're not expensive, but all right. First, I'm going to try to simulate some things that you might find on your microfiber. First one of those is going to be brake dust. And if you look at this car and you think it's clean, it is, but BMW wheels, BMW brake pads, uh, you know. So we've got a pretty good amount of brake dust. We'll try to get it on the same exact quadrant of the towel here. Go through. All right, we got a good amount of brake dust there. So I know you wouldn't dry rub brake dust, but that's what we're going to do for the test. One thing that you might get on your microfibers is polish. This one is a good one to test because it's a good color to see if it's still there or if it's gone. This is a Poor Boy's World Black Hole. Awesome for a dark car when you don't feel like polishing it. Feels very well. Throw a sealant like Infinity or one of the spray ceramics over this and it's good to go. So there's our polish. Don't ask me why I have used motor oil laying around, but I do. And again, this is more of a torture test, so I don't expect you to get used motor oil on your nice microfibers. But I will do that just for the test. Got our motor oil. This is actually 10W60 motor oil, extremely thick. It's in a different container. Is resultant of an engine catastrophic failure that I experienced last year for fun. All right, here we go. That one's good to go. The only ceramic-ish stuff that I felt like was bad enough to waste is this glass coating. Not going to mention any names. It's horrible. So I don't mind just dousing it on here for the cause. Get a good amount on there. Make sure it soaks in. Same over here. All right. Now, if anybody wants this, ping me. Send it to you. I don't recommend it. Last thing we're gonna do is throw some heavy duty ceramic spray. This is Infinity from Detail Co. A lot of people complain about how hardcore this is. It's definitely thick. I had one video that I showed you guys. Got one panel of the BMW still with this, and the other ones are coated with the Kataba ceramic, and this stuff is pretty stout. So we're gonna let it set on here. All this stuff's gonna set on here for 24 hours. And then once it has a good amount of time to set, we will put them in a pre-soak. All right, there you can see these microfibers are pretty wrecked. So we're gonna go ahead and get those into a pre-soak as you would if you were, had really dirty microfibers. So this is after the 24 hour. I'm feeling around for ceramic and not really feeling much. I felt some on the Infinity side. On that glass coating side, there was not any crustiness. Again, not a great product, but I didn't want to waste any really good coating on this, so we got what we got here. Just adding an ounce of Rags to Riches, and then I'm gonna throw this guy in there and basically just make sure it's all the way submerged. I didn't actually do any agitation on these, just got them in the water and then let them sit for a day. Here is the other microfiber after the 24-hour period. We're going to measure out 1 ounce here of Detail Co. Well, it's a little more than one, but it's about the same as the P&S. So just gonna get this one into the solution here, let it set up for 24 hours as well, and basically we're just gonna wait, see what we get. After this, I'm gonna throw these in the washer for my regular microfiber cycle, and then see what kind of results we get here from these two. They're both really good, but both of them are better than the 3D one or 3D detergent that I used to use. I'm almost out, as you can see, of both, so I really want to make sure I understand which one I should reorder. So we're going to throw the Detail Co. towel in first here. I've got 1 ounce of Detail Co. Rennaisance, and just gonna pour that in. Grab this microfiber. You can see here the the water looks kind of murky, so it did take some stuff out. I'm gonna try to not drip it all over everything here. All right, get this guy in the washer. And I'm sure it would do better with other microfibers to rub against it and agitate. I'm just going with the one, just to make the test as fair as possible. Normally I wash these guys on warm. I do a pre-soak and also an extra rinse. This is pretty much my go-to microfiber wash cycle. So I'm gonna be taking up the washer for the next 3 hours. Wife's excited about that. Here we go. Detail Co. when it's finished. Let's take a little quick peek here. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time looking. I'm gonna hang it up to dry. I'm sure it'll look a little different once it's dry. So gonna get this one hung up and then go with our P&S Rags to Riches here. Let me get another container that's not has soap in it. So here we go. Make sure you shake these guys. It's one thing I noticed definitely about Rags to Riches. It will separate, so give it some good agitation if you're using Rags to Riches. Gonna get an ounce in here. Well, never. I don't know. I need a better way to measure. So sorry this is taking so long. Now we're going to throw this in the washer, put it on the exact same cycle. See you back here in a bit. Just trying to be deliberate, make sure I don't screw up the test. To be honest, I did this test earlier with different color microfibers. I thought it would be easier to keep track of. That was probably a bad idea because different color microfibers looked completely different after the wash. So I'm redoing it with the exact same microfiber just to make it 100% clear to me and everybody which one is the one I should reorder. So. All right, back again with the P&S Rags to Riches. Let's grab that guy out of there. And we're gonna hang both of those up. Gonna let them dry and then I'll get them in some better light so you can see both of them after they're dry, of course. All right, here we go. In the sunlight to remove all doubt. So Rags to Riches on the left, Detail Co on the right. Neither of them remove those heavy dyes from that poor boy's black hole, but you know, it's a black car specific or dark car specific glaze, so it does have dye. Ceramic, again, didn't feel much before or after. It's hard to say whether, you know, they took that out. You can see the differences here on obviously both of them nailed the brake dust. Again, both of them are really good. This is far dirtier than you would ever get a microfiber. I do have to say, you know, the water after the pre-soak on the Detail Co did look quite a bit murkier, and you can see the difference here. I'll just let you make the judgment call on which one you like. So I'm going to throw the prices up here. This is per ounce for a gallon price. So that price difference is not necessarily insignificant, but you do seem to get a little bit more performance out of the higher price chemical here. And once again, I should disclaim that I am not sponsored. You know, I bought the Rennaisance, bought the P&S. So this is all, you know, as fair as a test as I can put together. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you on the next one.